Hello, welcome back to another edition of the light paper, a truth paper, orated with their permission, of course. Today we're going to start orating the January 2021 edition, which I've just received and is now available on the website, the link to which will be in the description or you can see on the screen here. So without further ado, let's go and begin. We're going to be reading the cover story today of this edition. This has been written by Darren Smith and is entitled 2021, the Year of Liberty. What the year of COVID-19 has shown many is that the decisions made for Britain and its people are not being made by the people we vote to represent us and form a government. Our voices are not heard. Our rights are ignored. Decisions are taken at levels way above nationally elected governments, or they wouldn't all be pursuing the exact same draconian responses and irrational, self-destructive policies. And they really wouldn't care what Klaus Schwab or Bill Gates have to say. Instead, governments are actually directing national health and economic policies according to the billionaire businessman's wishes. Mass protests, rallies and demonstrations, together with ongoing email campaigns to MPs and representatives, legal actions in the High Court and huge petitions have done nothing to stop the direction of travel, under the guise of a health emergency, which is in fact nothing of the sort. Ancient rights and natural liberties have been removed by stealth from the British people, using the same cover as every other authoritarian regime in history did, including those directing people into boxcars in Germany during the 1930s and 40s. It's for your safety. The population are kept ignorant of the facts by a 360 broadcast and media system, where any dissenting medical opinion is seldom allowed to be heard, and the social media giants censor any videos by doctors and independent journalists, meaning hardly anyone who doesn't already know ever hears what they have to say. Apparently, only the government and their agents, media personalities and those who work fact-checking for big tech companies have valid medical opinions, and everyone should only listen to them when it comes to all scientific and medical matters. Yet the government have consistently and provenly deceived and misrepresented, made wild doomsday predictions and then not taken them back, used all kinds of psychological mind tricks to keep people in fear and complying with ever-changing, nonsensical guidelines that are clearly not designed to protect anyone's health in the slightest. Or we would not have begun using them for the first time ever in human history just this last year. What sane people quarantine the healthy? Declare those without a disease can spread it, all but shut down the economy, refuse treatment for any other illness, force separation of families, cancel all leisure and entertainment events, let old people die alone in care homes, allow suicides to rise to seriously alarming levels, and ignore centuries of science, common sense and known medicine for a disease with a 99.5% recovery rate, unless you are around the average age of the death of its victim, which is 82. Propaganda, censorship, repression, travel restrictions, collective punishments, bypassing Parliament, all opposition silenced, all debate and discussion quashed, businesses forced shut, and continuous police violence at political meetings. Is Britain in 2021 starting to remind you of other regimes in history yet? It really should. Some might readily admit that while our liberties have indeed been removed, it is only temporary and for a necessary and pressing reason. Elsewhere, in this and previous issues, we have shown a myriad of official information proving this to be an utterly false belief, therefore rendering the impositions and restrictions on people tyrannical and without just cause. We should also be acutely aware that no government ever gives back the power it has taken during emergencies, unless forced to by massive unsustained public pressure. What is to be done if police will violently break up any peaceful opposition to the lies and psychological torture, arrest women and the elderly in order to try and escalate the situation, and MPs and ministers simply ignore everything anyone else says on the matter that is in contradiction to that which their masters and owners want, to the detriment of those they are meant to serve. They are now putting the finishing touches to their system, one which will keep the majority of the human population tracked, traced, chipped, controlled and enslaved forever. If you still can't see that 5G and the Internet of Everything, with all the cameras and self-spying equipment now in place all over the Western world, are there to create a biosecurity state to contain and control the population, then you have been blind, and it is time to use your eyes to see reality as it actually is for the first time. None of these things are being done for your benefit. Our solution could be to slowly but surely remove ourselves from the system in any and every way we can. The root source of their power is the control and issuance of the currency system. The private central banking fiat pounds, or dollars, euros, yen or shekels, that we all trade with are in fact debt instruments and not actually money. And we have the freedom to make trades without them if we choose. For most, it is not practically possible to fully extricate from the system. Mortgage payments or rent, taxes, bills and so on will have to be paid with fiat currency until political pressure changes this. The Freedom Hub network, among other local groups and associations forming, could well provide the base for a focused political campaign. If not for the complete end of fiat currency, then the freedom to choose to pay bills and taxes with precious metals, cryptocurrency or other means acceptable to both parties. While this might be a longer-term aim, it is possible right now to buy our needs from local, independent businesses and traders, and where possible we can make the exchange without using pounds and pence, but silver or cryptocurrency or other goods or services, as we used to, before a parasitic mafia of bankers took hold of the entire world economy by owning and controlling the currency everyone uses. Their openly stated goal is a central bank digital currency, where one giant ledger will track and completely control every account of everyone on Earth at every minute of every day. We need to consider the amount of power this will give megalomaniacal psychopaths who want to rule the world. If you enjoyed the rules and restrictions of 2020, you're going to love them when your ability to earn and spend is dependent on you following them. Also, see China's social credit score system. 2021 could well be the year people begin to make a real effort to stop spending in big supermarkets, at Amazon et al., and buy locally, fresh, independent or trade directly with individuals online, and more without using the thing that actually keeps us tied to their system, fraudulent fiat currency. It's a lot easier than going to war. Okay, so that's the end of the cover article of January 2021. The next article I'll be reading is this one: Exeter Chiefs rugby players denounce lockdown. So until then, take care of yourself, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.